Admiral Katarn, I'm disappointed. These recruits are farmers with hydrospanners and blasters, not soldiers. Out of the 200,000 recruits we have, this group is the only one I trust to win a battle. We can't take or hold a planet with 100 men.
I've read your report. It's not surprising. The Republic has known peace for generations, General Manson. You've lost the fight-or-flight instincts. If people had seen the things that we've seen, it would change them, like it's changed us. Perhaps it's best they haven't.
I don't think you've come all this way just to talk about philosophy, sir.
You see through people, Ellis. I believe I may have a solution to the problem. Have the squad report to the medical facilities on my cruiser. Soon I feel you may have all the troops you need.
Are you going to brief me on this plan?
No, and it's best you disavow in this meeting. The actions I take now are mine alone, as are the consequences. History may judge me for it, as it did my father.
Let me guess. The men of action speech?
Admiral Lama Su, CEO of Camino Industries, to see you, sir.
Thank you, Luna. Mr. Su, it's nice to finally meet you in person.
Let's get down to business. Here is the data you requested. I have your assurance there will be no Senate reprisal.
You have my word. Any blowback from this, I'll face directly. Magnificent. You've already sequenced them?
We are decades beyond the capabilities of other Republic biotech companies, Admiral. At current capacity, we have 10,000 units a week for you. The only question is, do you want us to alter their behavioral patterns, or perhaps add in any deep-level loyalty commands?
Luna, leave us a moment. Now, tell me more, Mr. Su.
This is the Republic HoloNet News. Today's top story, helping a species in need. But first, REA announces new expansion initiatives on the frontier. The world formerly known as Crobius has been selected by REA for colonization as the Republic continues to try and expand our influence to the furthest stars. Renamed ALDERAAN by the colonists embarking on the journey, it is described as a pleasure planet that will allow for peaceful habitation. The idea of creating a perfect society on a mostly untouched world has many would-be architects submitting proposals for the colony. The winner, Gian Ronson, released the following renders of a proposed Alderaan city named Organa. Critics have bemoaned the hiring of Ronson, stating his last major project nearly destroyed the entire Coruscant architecture industry. REA stands by the decision despite the backlash. Creation is the topic of the day, as the Republic Society Research Initiative, led by Chief Scientist Janice Jura, has proposed a major terraforming experiment on the inhospitable planet of Duros. Using climatological gas injections and geothermal agitation, they hope to be able to transform the planet into a lush habitable world in only 10 years' time. If they pull this off, we'll have to invent a new type of Nobel Prize to give them. Other scientists stated the odds are severely stacked against them, however, and expect this process to end in failure. That brings us to our top story as we go to the Senate, where Senator Andrei Blaga has just proposed a plan to attempt to uplift a species on his native planet of Corellia to sentience. The primitive avian species previously avoided contact with our cities, but have been seen probing our defenses in a way that indicates sentience. Perhaps with some DNA resequencing, scientists can speed up their evolution by 1,000 years. Critics are quick to point out that there's no guarantee it will work at all, and we may unleash our own doom. Despite these warnings, the Senate voted overwhelmingly to fund the project, and time will tell if this is a turning point for our civilization. Citizens, the Republic needs you! Positions are available to YouTube sponsors and patrons. Link in the description. Join the Republic today. It's your civic duty!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Intrepidon. My name is Captain Katarn. This is episode number 7 of our Galactic Republic playthrough. We're playing some Stellaris today, and I hope that you're having a great day. I hope you like the cinematic. We've gone ahead and we've done some things around the Empire. Between the episodes, I think I'm going to do as much as I can to clean things up. I have each of our ships now with orders, and they're either in strategic locations so that when we have the influence we can get started with it, or or they're moving to that. I have the first stellar fleet hanging out here so the pirates don't show up again in the Yaren system. I also have a scientist on its way to survey this and then come up here and survey the Polaris system. Once we get those, we should be okay for now for pirate attacks on Republic space, probably on the edge systems, but that's fine because we have our stations in place. I've gone ahead and renamed Crobios to ALDERAAN, as was a suggestion in the comments, so I appreciate that. I think it fits. And I've also commissioned a colonization project for ALDERAAN as the Empire, or as the Republic needs to continue to expand. Also, as alluded to by Peter in the cinematic, Doros, which was a cold and lifeless world, is the next possible place that we would like to colonize. And so we're going to try out this new terraforming. So I've gone ahead and started terraforming. We're going to turn it into a continental world, and it should be pretty exciting. So we'll watch that with great interest. As that happens, that'll give us another huge 24 world to expand on. The galaxy is a pretty big place. We have a lot of different planet options, so I think it only makes sense for us to spend some of our economy, which we're doing really well on, to continue to advance our interest. Okay, so now you guys are all excited about the Senate vote. So we voted overwhelmingly, really, to give them new sentience, and I wanted to wait for you to do this. So here we go. Let's go ahead and say the more the better. And it said 1 new population would be created on Corellia, so we'll go ahead and let that go for a second, and we'll see if that's happened. Corellia was capped before, so I'm not sure when or how that's going to happen. Maybe at the end of the month. I don't really know how that goes. We'll go up to fast. Okay, excellent. Let me just pause this real quick for 1 second. Let's see this. Okay, so they have a we have our research agreement in place. Let's see if we can get one with the Systems Alliance as well. I'm not going to form a defensive pact with them because they've been kind of really ultra aggressive. So that's one thing that I don't want us to get stuck into. But let me see if we can do a trade deal. And for a research agreement, what would they give us? Okay, so they would give us 6 and 4. We would give them a lot. We would actually be lifting them up, but they are friendly. So based on the fact that I'm able to do that, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that, especially because we have a real problem right now with our society research. It's something that I want to take care of on our next colonies, because that's a real problem. So let's go ahead and do that. Plus, as you know, we have all of our admirals and Patreons here. So let's see, earthquakes on Naboo. Oh no. There's been a wave of earthquakes on Naboo recently, and buildings in several of our settlements have collapsed with many fatalities as a result. The subterranean alien empire is excavating a new cavern deep underground with those damn Gungans, where they plan to build a new city, and this appears to be the source of the quakes. So we have the option to turn the other cheek, or we must demand an apology. Lives were lost, guys. I mean, there's diplomacy and there's apologies, so we're going to demand an apology. So let's see how that plays out. Let's go to Naboo real quick. Let's see if anything changes. Okay, so nothing's on there. I'm not really sure what the result of that was. Let's see, we have some new things. We have a plasma thruster. Okay, very good. Now we have the option to get Star Fortress, which is an upgrade to our star bases, space torpedoes, improved strike craft, building station build cost, or afterburners, or mining station build cost. How long would that take? 43 months. Improved strike craft takes about 27 months. Space torpedoes would actually be a pretty big enhancement for us, so we'll get those. That's 19 months. Let's see, so they have accepted this offer. That's good. We'll start to get some more. Let's see, do we have any other partners that we can work with? Maybe the United Federation of Planets. I'd really like to get research agreements with everybody that I think may be a part of a federation later on. I'm thinking that the only way to win this is going to be through diplomacy. They're cordial, so it may not be something that they're interested in, but we'll see how it goes. So they can give us 3, 8, and 3. We would give them a lot more technologies. We'd definitely be raising up these guys, so it's kind of risky, but I think we should do it just because those technologies that we haven't researched are really holding us back to getting better weapons and ships and all of that. Okay, so it looks like our scientist is leveled up. He's very close to death, though, so I expect to see him croak anytime now. And, hey, Admiral Katarn has leveled up as well. Look at that. Not bad. Fire rate plus 12. Very good. Alright. Go ahead and let that go again. Now we're basically just, at this point, waiting for influence. Influence is a problem. The United Federation of Planets has accepted our trade deal. That's probably improved our relations as well. Yeah, we're plus 143. So that's not bad. It might be worth it to try to get them into, let's see, a federation. I don't have the federation diplomacy tradition, but that would be something that would have to be voted on by the Senate. So if that is something that we decide needs to be done, then I think we should take that. So you can see that here we have the glacial world, which is terraforming to a continental world, and that's going to take 2,300 days. Real exciting there. All right, so at this point we're just trying to expand really, and to pick up the systems that we find to be the most important. Okay, we have a failure risk here of 5%. We'll research that. And another failure risk here of 10%. We'll research those. Our scientists are out in the field. I think we do have some additional leaders available. Let's see. I can make 5 more leaders. I think I'm going to do 5 more. I'm going to do at least 3 more scientists. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. We'll pick up this dude because he's young. We'll pick up... I don't know. Would you like to have a giant snail and alien trespasser as your scientist? I mean, he's eager to get a chance to prove himself. I don't know. I think the Twi'leks are probably the better way to go. And 1 more, and then we'll take a look at this. Yeah. Something about the blue skin Twi'leks. Okay, we'll give him a chance. There we go. I have a heart, after all. Extrasolar probe. Diavala reports the successful recovery of the object. On examination, it appears to be a weathered primitive craft designed for unmanned travel between the stars. In all likelihood, it was launched millennia ago and traveled through multiple systems at sublight speeds until it was caught in the Queen's... in that planet's gravity. A plaque is mounted on the craft's hull depicting odd geometric shapes, a scheme of unidentified star systems, and a pictogram of 2 nude members of a species unknown to us. Okay, so that's, I probably have read this before. They obviously want to be found. Nice. That's actually a reference to Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, because they had plaques on the side that show, like, where we are relative to known pulsars in the galaxy and stuff like that. And then they had nude depictions of men and women on it, which is funny. Carl Sagan and his team were the ones that proposed that. Alright, so we found a junkyard and we should recycle what we can. I agree. Let's go up to Coruscant. So it's busy building that colony ship, but then I needed to build 3 science ships for our new scientists, and we'll send them out to explore. Hopefully we can get up to Polaris a little faster. Space cancer has been cured. Hallelujah. It seems our generous donation months ago has aided in the cure for space cancer. Last night our capital planet rejoiced when they heard the news. Wonderful. And that gives us influence, which we can sorely use. So let's go ahead and stop it for 1 second. So this guy here needs orders. He's building those stations, and then he doesn't have anything else. I want this, and I really... Are there anything else that I have to get, like, as a must-have right now? Okay, so we'll get this here, because that's that gateway station. We have to make sure we control that. And since this fallen empire is fine and not going to hurt us, we'll get this too. Okay, so that's perfect. We'll connect the Empire over here while we continue to work through it. It looks like our scientist is finally here to survey it. So it looks like there's 21 things to survey in there. That's good. Hopefully we'll get some seriously nice resources there. All right, let's also take a look at some of the worlds, because I'm going to let this go while we do this. I've done some work here, so Coruscant remains as it was, but on Naboo, we're able to clear the subterranean entrance, which was a tile blocker which destroyed one of our buildings. So we'll be able to put that back up, hopefully. There wasn't anything important. I'm really not sure what was there. I might have to go back and rewatch the video. Discovery, precursor remnants. Awesome. The science team led by Diavala from the science vessel RN Starfighters found something remarkable. There's still a significant amount of infrastructure left on this world built by an ancient, unknown interstellar empire. Perhaps there are more worlds like this to be discovered. Where is this? Okay, this Queen Thurnacha. Alright, well that's exciting, because that will eventually become part of our empire, so that's great. So we're going to get monthly unity plus 2%, which we can take, because I'm not really focusing on unity, so we're not doing that well there. That's definitely an area that we can get better. Okay, on Corellia, do we have this new population? I don't see them. So I wonder if anything came out of them. Let's see if we go into our species. Are they part of it? Humans. Humans from Mass Effect. Alien trespassers. Yeah, I guess that never materialized, or maybe our scientists are still working on it. That's possible. Probably even more possible is that Corellia doesn't have a place for them to grow in, so because of that, they're not able to do so. All right. Now we're trying to rapidly expand the Empire, essentially. Let's see, how much would it take to build here? Okay, you can build that starbase now. That took all of our influence, but we'll go a little bit faster. All right, so we just got naval capacity plus 30. We've doubled our naval capacity, and the nice part about this is that I think we were slightly over the cap before, but we aren't now. All right, so of these choices, we have another naval capacity plus 30, which is attractive, but I think I'm going to get the tau blockers so that we can finish our capital upgrades on our planets. This playthrough is going to take a little bit longer than like something like my Galactic Empire that I'm flying through, but I think if we really take our time and build a good infrastructure, we're gonna have a good chance to win this game. There's not a lot of games that I play and finish that I think I'm gonna win, but this one, I have a good feeling. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else that we can put here. We can put a planetary shield generator. So this is something that we just got in Naboo. Being up here might be useful. How about this? Let's do a stronghold there. Because the energy and the minerals don't really mean that much to me, but being able to protect armies from orbital bombardment is a pretty good thing. Plus it has an unrest modifier in case our population becomes unhappy. I think we're going to go with that. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's check on Corellia again. Okay, so we'll be able to take these off, which is really nice, and then maybe we'll get that uplifted society, who knows. But they also have a planetary shield generator, which is important. How is our colonization of ALDERAAN going? Okay, so we have our new science ships. Okay, our colony ship is on the way. Excellent. So we have a 30% failure risk for our anomaly, but we will do that. Let's go ahead and take our science ship and assign our scientists. There we go. We will send them out among the stars. Put our leaders in here. All of our beautiful Twi'leks that are doing Twi'lek-like things. Hey, I'm a fan. Alright, so we're sending them out. They're gonna do what they can, do what they must because they can. Alright, he's going right to the Polaris system, which is good because that's the other spot where we're gonna constantly get pirate attacks until I can get it colonized, or I can get it into the Empire. Republic, whatever, same thing. Just a different point of view. Okay, so we have the space torpedoes. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see if we can pick up something else. So what do we have? Corvette hull points? I think we'll get that because we still have a large number of our fleet that are currently Corvettes. Let's see. Yeah, we have probably half the fleet that are Corvettes. We only have one cruiser, the Independence. All right, excellent. So now that we have that, we can take... I'm pretty sure I have... At least I should. Okay, I don't. This guy, when he's done here, I need him to come over here and build that outpost. Until that happens, I'm not moving the Navy out of the system, because if a pirate shows up, we're going to immediately destroy them. Okay, let's take a look. So physics, we just researched X-ray laser, which will be able to retrofit all of our lasers. Unfortunately, we don't have Star Wars weapons in this one, because this is an older version of the mod pack, but we have advanced shields, physics entanglement bureau, colony development speed, which I actually think that we should probably go with, just because it's relative to right now. So let's go ahead and do that. 17 months on our colony development speed. All right, excellent. And so far so good. I mean, I think we may be able to expand out this way pretty easily. Let's go ahead and make sure that all of our construction ships that have just built what they were tasked to do now fill in those places. So we'll do that. Excellent. All right, and speak of the devil, he just did it right here. And we now have this Yabosa system, which is actually awesome. And there's a swamp world here, which you can name in the comments. Definitely give me ideas for names for the swamp world, and I will be more than happy to do that. There's an ancient garbage dump there too. That's pretty cool. All right, what do we have? We have an election underway to choose a new chancellor. Chancellor Lazo has had support like almost entirely through our playthrough. It's been pretty crazy. So that's just something that we need to keep an eye on. Alright, he's building that starbase. Good. Good. Alright. And we're almost finished up here building these parts, so once that gets surveyed, this guy will be able to build that, which is really what I'm concerned about. We need to find things that I can do to increase... okay, so our Chancellor's been reelected. Understood. You pretty much rule for life in the Republic unless you're me, and then you get cast out in your first vote, and you cry a little bit, and then you get over it. That's kind of what happened. Alright, so there's a Mesa world down here. That's kind of cool. Looking that could be fun. I just love all the possibilities of the different mods that we have that we're using together here, and how it's really expanded the Stellaris game to be a lot more fun. We're going to go ahead and go up to fastest just because I want a lot more to happen during this episode if possible. Alright, so we're beginning our colonization on ALDERAAN. This is a great day for the Republic. And for some reason it wants to call itself Crobios Prime, but absolutely not. The new settlers demand a change. ALDERAAN it is. Yay. Okay, we found a precursor discovery. Excellent. We reported several anomalous readings. Cool. We'll investigate it eventually, after my scientists have done what they're supposed to do. Which is excellent. Okay, we took the Yaren system. So we can take the first fleet back, and we'll take them back for upgrades to Druxen. They can also repair. And this will give us an opportunity. Our science, she's been... she, I'm going to go with she, female. She's been the star of the show so far. Go ahead and research that. She also leveled up. That's awesome to see. Now, if we come in here to our ship designer, let's make sure that everything is set up correctly. So we have X-ray lasers on all of these, which looks pretty optimal. And we have a coil gun, so we're using 2 different types of systems to make sure we're still relevant. Precious moon. An excellent find. Alright, and 5% failure risk, make it so. I do like the new anomaly system even better in 2.1 because it really makes you think, should I hit it? But right now I pretty much click yes no matter what, so it actually changes things up a bit. Let's just look through here. It looks like everything for this is pretty good. Automated mining base. Detected an automated mining base built in close orbit of the planet. Okay, before I click that, we're already full for minerals. Is there anything else I can spend minerals on right now before I do that, so that I'm not wasting the gift? Although, honestly, it's less than 2 months of minerals, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. We're up to plus 50 energy credits. I think we can afford another cruiser, so let's go into the fleet manager real quick. And let's build a second Acclimator 2 class cruiser. And we'll do that right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. That gives me some good command limit. We're still okay. We have 7 destroyers right now. But we have, my goodness, 13 corvettes. We'll build 2 Acclimators. I think that's fine. And we'll reinforce them. There we go. So on Commander Travis Grimm at the command station is overlooking the construction of those, or overseeing them. So that's good, and then we can get that. Excellent, and the CIS has entered into a non-aggression pact with the Galactic Empire. So that's kind of interesting. So they're working together here. Or at least they don't want to attack each other. So what is the Empire going to do in response to this? I'm not really sure. Here, we'll go ahead and do that. I also just got insulted from the Xenomorphs. They say, our mental network is fast, giving us access to... Yeah, this is the same thing you insulted with us before. We'll not take kindly for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we must be prepared. The Xenomorphs are up here. They are contained, but somehow they're also looking to attack us, so hopefully this gateway is secured. In fact, speaking of that, because of the extreme potential issues here, I think that we should make one of our star bases. Yes, we have the ability to upgrade. Let's go ahead and spend some money and upgrade the star base, and then we'll go through and upgrade all the defense platforms too. But while we do that, before we do that, let's go back into the ship designer and make sure, since we're paused for a second, let's make sure everything is good. Alright, so these are all fine. I just wanted to look at their... Okay. I really much prefer the type of stuff we have in the 2.1 mod pack. So if you guys are interested in this, if you don't want all the species and you just want to play Star Wars, check that out on the Discord. I think that you have a lot more control over what your ships do, because I saw in the Galactic Empire playthrough I could make them stand off and actually fire missiles from long range while other ones went in, and it felt much more strategic, which is kind of cool. Not to downplay this. I mean, this is pretty neat itself, but that's a level of awesome and realism that can't be taught. So basically here you just want to choose whatever you want, fire rate or weapons rate. It does not seem to matter what it is what you choose, because they do everything that they want anyway. Let's get rid of this Hope 2 and the Star Killer. I'm not really sure. Oh, these are things that I actually specifically made. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. So then let's go back to our fleet manager, and let's get one of each. So we'll add some ships to the design, we'll add a Hope 2 and a Star Killer. And we'll reinforce those as well. And that's getting us pretty close to the command limit, but it also should make our fleet very, very good. Alright, excellent. I'm most pleased by that. And when our scientist is leveled up, our director of science, teaching of explorers. So we have found that something on planet the surface lies the traces of an explorative expedition of another civilization. Left behind are some well-preserved documents and artifacts. So we have the choice to sell it to a private collector, which we would do if we were in need of money, but we should be fine, or send it to our homeworld for research. I think we're going to do that. So we'll go ahead and do that. I wonder if there is a option to do that. Go ahead and research that. That only takes a month. And Machines of War is available. Translate Alien Muro, no. I don't see it on here. Oh, here it is. Translate Explorer's text. That's also going to take 9 months, but that seems to be worth it. Void Unclouded. The Void Clouds are, as far as human researchers can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. The tremendous forces of their young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that keep them together, another product of their primordial beginnings. It's not inconceivable that given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitational fields aligned in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating, light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. They will not stand in our way, so we're getting a plus 10 damage to them, which is actually pretty cool for 1 month of work. I like it. Okay, so we've also just picked up, looks like Corvette hull points plus 10. Now we have a couple different choices. I want to get the mineral processing plant. Only takes 4 months. Failure risk. Hey, welcome to the game. Do it and don't fail. Barrier point defense, disruptor, hyperdrive 3, improved reactor booster. We're gonna get improved reactor booster. That'll help me fit better components onto our ships because we don't have the NCS or NSC mod on this one. Alright, space nomads. The RN crew approached the cargo ship. We were greeted by some very nice nomads who call themselves the Wanderers. They were nice enough to tell us of their journeys across the galaxy and their encounters of alien races, and their poor financial situation over some spicy food and a drink they called globnock. After the festivities, we parted ways, but not before they gave us their recipe for it. The captain suggests that we help their financial situation with a donation of 200 energy. Okay, so if we do it, we lose 200 energy credits, and we gain influence. Oh, or here, we can just ask them what they know about the universe, and we'll gain society and engineering research, which I want to do. Okay, excellent, so we'll do that. So that helps us a lot, actually. All right, and we just picked up mineral processing plant pretty quickly. Now we can go ahead and let's get that uranic crystals, because that's energy damage, which will help us immensely. 10 months remaining on that. Excellent, and our special project has been completed. After many weeks of studies, our expert linguists have unearthed the meaning behind the documents found on the planet. Documents were I can't say that. Ponderings by a famous scholar only referred to as Talissa, the Teller of Tales. Interesting. Her teachings have provided us with much insight into how to better gain political results via applying different states of mind and using large-scale questions as a focus for reform. Interesting. So what does that do? It gives us access to the Master's teaching, philosophical mindset, Empire Edict. I want to take a look at that. Let's go ahead and see what that is. And Science Officer Diavala has failed. You failed me. The Master's Teachings. So that gives us Society Research plus 10 and Empire Leader capacity. We'll go ahead and do that. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but we'll do that at some point because we're behind it. Devil's Calculus. Interesting. Our universe a game? Preposterous. I'm not going to read this because I'm pretty sure I read this on the Galactic Empire one that I recently recorded. But you're welcome to do so. So basically what I think this is what it's saying is that we're in a simulation, which is something that a lot of people are a little concerned about now in real life too. Not that there would be anything we could do about it. Okay, so here we are. We have our new cruisers. We have 2 of our acclimator classes that have come out of the berth. That looks pretty nice. And we'll go ahead and we'll research the anomaly. Hopefully we won't fail it this time. Let's see, what did we just pick up here? Just got the reactor booster, so now we can get advanced shields, proton launchers, which are actually pretty freaking amazing. Advanced reactor booster, plasma thrower, or mining drone laser. We're gonna get the mining drone laser just to get rid of it in 13 months and hopefully get a better tech. And we failed. Man, we keep failing these anomalies. It's sad. All right, let's see how we're doing up here. Okay, so we just took the Polaris system, so now we're going to build that outpost quickly. It does take a lot to build the outpost on Polaris, just because of the distance it is from our capital world. So it took 180 influence, which was actually a lot for us, because we're not gaining very much. We really need to work on that. Okay, so our orbital research mandate has been fulfilled. That's excellent. I've had other playthroughs where I easily get, all of the research that I need. So here we are. We now have the Hope 2 class cruiser, which, as you can see, has the missiles, which are actually pretty cool. I'm excited about those. They have a nice range of 100, so they'll be able to do that. The Acclimator 2 project is just really cool. That was a good ship model choice. All right, let's take a look at these. So we're going to move our people out to the next place where I want them to colonize. All right, we have some unemployment on Alderaan, and it doesn't look like that species has ended up showing up anywhere on Corellia. So I guess maybe our chance to uplift them has failed. So sometimes, despite your best efforts, nature says no. It is a sad realization of the fragility of life and consciousness, and what actually makes a person sane. It's a very narrow range of behaviors that we consider sane. In fact, according to Westworld, which I just recently watched, most states of consciousness can only be described as insane. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get some plasteel armor. That's great. One of our scientists has leveled up and now has the custom AI assistant. That's going to be helpful. It's going to be really helpful, actually. Hey, and here it said alien trespasser. So what do we know? They're actually contributing for once. I like it. All right, we'll go ahead and research that. Hopefully Janice Chura will do better this time. Let's go ahead and build that outpost here. We'll continue to expand outward. Now that we're here, we definitely have a way to get out here in case the Klingon Empire starts to expand really hard. But that's really all that we had to do. We really needed to do that. Let's see. Space Grave. Remarkable. Okay. Not only did the crew just find skeletal remains on orbit, but they have also found hundreds of thousands of skeletal remains on the surface as well. It appears that the remnants on the surface were a result of a cataclysmic event that occurred a few thousand years ago. Some tried to escape whatever occurred on the surface, but their ship somehow exploded while attempting to escape the gravity wells of RN Hope. What is going on? Why RN Hope? That's a straight... I think that should have been Planet, so somebody probably screwed up this. Probably should have been the Planet modifier to pull that planet name. Anyway, the cataclysmic event happened on the surface remains a mystery, as many theories such as an asteroid impact or volcanic eruption are ruled out. Remarkable. So we're going to get some influence here, which is really the key. So let's go ahead and take our mining drone laser. And now we have barrier point defense. We'll go ahead and get that because point defense is important. And okay, so this is the first one that I'm kind of like about, because I always want to get fleet command limit. But production targets and planetary capital are huge because that allows us to build some of those special buildings. And clearing the tile blockers would be helpful as well. So while I'm thinking about that, let's do that real quick and clear these. Hey, and we can clear these too. Awesome. So we're gonna grow Corellia out to max, which will be nice, and then we'll check. We might be able to do more. Okay. So because of that, I don't see any tile blockers really. Maybe there was one on Alderaan. No, I mean maybe on Naboo. Dense jungle, is that what that is? Yeah, that takes out dense jungle on Naboo. I really want production targets, so I hope that they come up again, but I want to get Naboo up to max level since it's already a really good planet for us, and this is a really good tile because it gets the bonus from the planetary administration. Alright, we'll do that. So we have our scientists have leveled up. It looks like Janus is now at level 6, which is awesome. And our engineering scientist is level 5. That's good to see. Alright, we'll let that go. How are we doing? Alright, we're doing pretty well on the episode. Let's see. Alright, so we have a trade proposal from the Systems Alliance, which is pretty cool. We have, they're offering 1 Garganthium ore, which gives us ship haul points plus 10, which would be pretty cool, for 1 monthly uranic crystal, which gives energy weapon damage. Now, according to this, we have 4 uranic crystals to trade, so I think that that's a pretty generous deal, and that should instantly boost us up because we're at 5.2. Let's watch what happens after we say yes. We went to 5.4, and that's like a passive thing that we didn't even have to do, which is a pretty good deal. So we'll go ahead and upgrade the fleet. Looks like we have all of our new Acclimator 2 class cruisers here, and that's going to be fantastic. We found some abandoned terraforming equipment, so maybe we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and move our fleet up here. We're going to take out these hostile aliens, and we're going to finish connecting all of our empire. We've also had somebody die, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like our scientist that was doing physics research has passed on. So who can we find that can take their place? I think that Diavala may have proven herself, but I think Janice Chura might be the way to go. So she has a research speed plus 12. Research speed plus 8. Okay, so this one, Diavala has an 18 research speed. Let's see. Anybody else that has it? No. So she's investigating that. How long is that going to take? Let's see. It doesn't say. 45%. So as soon as that's done, I'll move her over 50%, 60%. Unfortunate she failed, but maybe she'll do better as a research scientist, who knows. Let's go ahead and grab her then, because that is a really good for us. Okay, congratulations. You've been promoted. The person you replaced just died because they worked themselves to death. Don't do the same. Alright, let's find that science ship here. That's not it. Go ahead and give that one orders to go do something. We have a science ship that definitely doesn't have a leader. Here we go. And we need to recruit a new leader, so every time somebody dies in the Empire, there's an opportunity for someone else. She has anomaly research speed. Go ahead and make it so. Okay. Good, so we're good there. Let's see, we also have a new tradition available. Looks like we were working on greed before, so what is this? This is claim influence cost reduced by 10%. Interesting. Unlocks the ruthless negotiations policy, which includes trade attractiveness, or reducing foreign empire opinion. Ooh, I don't want them to hate me less. I don't know. It's rough. What does this one do? Gain 3 different extortion planetary edicts. They reduce the happiness of all pops on the planet. Wow, this greed thing, it seemed like it was such a great thing, and now it's really kind of hurting us. But, you know, okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully nobody hates us. Let's see if that made a big difference towards our relationship with the Asari. No, I mean, they're still friendly. They are inferior, which actually concerns me a little bit because they are our allies. Probably at this point, most of the galaxy might be inferior to us. They're inferior. How about the Klingons? They're inferior. Okay, so this is good. So we might be in a place to actually expand with the sword. There's nothing that says that we have to... Everybody's inferior to us. Let's not get a big head about this. But there's nothing that says that we have to follow the tenets of Star Wars. We can always decide to instead use the sword if we choose. Alright, so we have all of that extra influence. So let's go ahead and she'll research that. Let's go ahead and build these. And build these. And we'll have these guys continue out along this path. And build that. We should make it a galactic holiday instead, celebrating friendship. Local governors in our capital world are thinking about instituting a day of celebration, honoring diversity and our new alien neighbors. They're requesting that our government make this a global holiday to show our appreciation for our alien friends, as well as offer an opportunity to reach out to all other life in the galaxy. We should make it a galactic holiday instead. Yeah, okay, we should do that. Alright. So then this one over here, I was thinking this is probably the next best one for us to move out to. Okay, so we have an abandoned amusement park. We've seen that before. Alright. Let's see. So this guy can do this one. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And we can also probably grab another one like over here. Maybe. Okay, that's a little expensive. As far as I'm concerned, that's a bit too extravagant. Alright. Go ahead and build these stations. Maybe is getting close to having a battle, which will be kind of fun. Let's take a look. We've researched some things. We got plasteel armor, so we'll go ahead and do a fleet retrofit. And up here we got looks like the tile blockers that we were looking for. Now we have defense army damage plus 33%, biofuel refinery, gene clinic, or magistrate. I'm gonna go with Gene Clinic. Anything that can make my people happier and healthier is good. The antimatter missile, railgun, or defense platform hull points. That's a rare technology. It's pretty good, actually. I think we're gonna go with railgun because a lot of our ships have them as secondary, so bringing them up to speed would be a good one. So we'll go ahead and do that. 10 months on that. Alright, our Governor Tor Val has just leveled up, and they're busy doing the core sector, and they're fairly young, so that's kind of good to see. I like to see that our leaders can get up to max. Okay, so here we are. The Galactic Fleet, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Magnificent, isn't it? Look at all these cruisers, look at these consular classes. Who would dare oppose the Galactic Republic now? It's I could see it was very easily slipping into an Imperial kind of thing. I'm trying not to. I know, I'm an Imperial at heart. We have the troops to take over the galaxy. We'll try to do it that quote right way through diplomacy, but if diplomacy fails, this is all we have. Okay, let's go ahead. Maybe I'll just start taking these. Yeah, we should definitely take these planets. Okay, so Doro has also, this is something that popped up, Doro has been completely and totally engineered, so you can see habitability, happiness, and food are all increased on this planet. It's completely a blank slate, so we can do whatever we want with this. This will be a good planet to use some of those really expensive ones that give us adjacency bonuses, because we can essentially create what we want on this. I'm real excited about this. Let's go ahead and colonize it. That's peculiar. So we're going to take a colony ship of humans, and we're going to put it right in the center. Call that Doro. Excellent. Now let's also real quick go to the new ALDERAAN system. One of the things I wanted to do, you can see that we have some humans from Star Trek that have joined us, some Mass Effect aliens, and that's great, but I would like to also bring in a Twi'lek so that we get some more Twi'leks quickly. Let's go ahead and do this. So if I click on somebody and I click resettle, I'm not going to actually resettle her, but I'm going to take one of my Twi'leks that is doing something that's not that important, like for example 2 Unity. We're not going to miss that, she can grow back in. And we'll move our Twi'lek over here. These populations are unemployed, but this will allow me to immediately level this up and start to grow out Alderaan, because we have all these minerals. I intend to use them. Resettle that pop. Excellent. Now we can close that. Now on Alderaan, we can level this up. And we can kind of decide what we want to do here. So we have people on these. We have a new person growing in. We'll put them over here. So basically, it makes sense to me to have all of the surrounding parts done because we get the most bonuses for those. So we'll do that. Okay, we have a trade offer. Let's pause it or we were paused. Let's see, they're going to give us energy credits and we're going to give them minerals. I'm okay with this because the more energy I have, the more I can build out Duro whenever we get there, because some of those buildings cost like 2,000, 3,000 energy each for those really good unique ones that give adjacency bonuses, so we can do that. I think that that's a good idea. Now these guys that just picked up these new systems, I'll let that go. A failure risk 20%, go ahead and do that. Make sure that they're also filling them in. What is going on? Uh-oh. Oh, timeout. Our fleet is in combat. Let's go ahead and go cinematic for this. This will be fantastic. I got so excited with infrastructure building, I forgot about the fleet. I can't, damn it! There we go. I couldn't get any closer to them for some reason. Here we go. We'll take a look at this from Admiral Katarn's point of view. Oh, crap. Go down to normal. There we go. Maybe even slow for battles. You can get some really nice cinematic shots like this. Check that out. Our cruisers are nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I love those lasers. And they're green too. I mean, if they were red, it would be better. I don't know what the top color lasers are. I'm thinking like purple. But not bad. So we've destroyed all resistance. Very good. And that's a cool shot. I want to stay with that for a little bit here. We're going to zoom out a bit so we can get the other cruiser up there. Check that out. That is a really cool shot. The Galactic Republic shall endure, and we will have peace. Well done. I really like this model. Like a lot, actually. I want one of these for myself. Pretty cool. So if you become a Patreon, that's available for you. Also, guys, YouTube sponsors now get ships in... Oh, I should have put this announcement at the beginning. Maybe I'll do that. YouTube sponsors now get ships in the Galactic Empire playthrough as well as the Galactic Republic one. So go ahead and put your name up there, and I will get you set up in this. I think that's important. Okay, so we're going to leave them in system until I can get that surveyed. So let me see if I can find a scientist now that's close. Okay, yeah, I need you to stop what you're doing and come right here right now and survey the system. It's going to take him a little bit to get here, but I'm going to stay there until he does. Alright, so we got the Polaris system, so we're not in danger anymore of getting attacked by pirates in the north. If they spawn here, they'll immediately get killed. And we found a civilization that we can potentially take a look at. It looks like there's clear evidence they're beginning to make use of both vehicles and early factories. That's exciting. Let's go ahead and build these mining stations and these research stations. Good. I'm actually really happy because we have plus 40 energy and plus 312 minerals, even though I have upgraded the fleet to 5k at this point in the game. So that's actually, that's really good in terms of us being able to sustain this type of economy. So now we'll go ahead and build these stations here. Perfect, and we're still accruing interest or influence, so we'll keep an eye on that. Kind of research that. What's the worst that could happen? All right, now this guy, what should we do with him? Let's go ahead and move him over to here. We need more building ships right on the edge, because essentially, as our science ships colonize, our builders are going to be right behind it, expanding the Galactic Republic. And of course we failed, because it was 40% to fail, so you knew it was going to fail. I knew it was going to fail. It's not my fault, as Han would say. Alright, we discovered a spaceship graveyard. Awesome, we got some engineering from that. And now we have barrier point defense, which is much, much better. Subspace sensors or hyperdrive or monthly energy. I'm going to get the Cortazine plant, only 9 months on that. Go ahead and research that. And Star Fortress, Destroyer Hull points. Here, we'll get Afterburners, 4 months on that, and I'll get another tech. That'll show up, and that'll be nice. Almost done with the Gene Clinic. could actually be helpful on some of these. Okay, so now we have a crazy scientist. Oh no. While studying the anomaly, one of our scientists accidentally tore his suit and the pheromones started to affect him in a very strange way. He screamed about voices and being scared of them. After a while, he tried to hide in a natural cave. For all we know, he's still in there. We, of course, left him to die, as he was a threat to the whole crew. Janice assures us this will not affect their work. Excellent. I like it whenever we do what must be done. And they get experience and we get society. Everybody's happy. Let's get some cloning, shall we? Cloning tech, kind of relevant to our cinematic today, perhaps? We'll do that. Cloning tech, 33 months remaining. Alright, let's take a look up here on Alderaan. So we have our planetary administration, which means I can really start to specialize this planet. What do we have? We have physics output, and I really need society, so we'll make this a science planet, like almost entirely. Go ahead and research that. What did we just get? We got afterburners, great. Now we can get, research that, we can get Durasteel armor or defense platform hull points. We'll definitely get our building build speed. That's relevant to what we're doing. Grab that for sure. Okay, so we're colonizing Doro as well, so we should have something there in a little bit. So we're rapidly expanding, but we're expanding to good planets, and that's really the nice part. Like, each of these is a planet that I'm happy to have. So let's go back to Naboo and clear these tiles that we were talking about. That was the whole reason that I wanted that. Okay, and Corellia is good. Alright, I still don't see this new species, so I guess they didn't make it. You know, good try, of course. Alright, microsingularity is fascinating. Exceptional engineering. We discovered that these machines are more advanced than what we have. Scientist Janice Chura suggests that we should bring them to our home planet to study these machines more closely, or we could just sell them to the highest bidder. We must learn from these machines, or we can get energy. We're way good on energy. Let's learn from the machines. We'll take that engineering research. All right, I'm going to pause it for a second because we're going to go in and we're going to really hit the planets pretty hard here. So this planet has been energy and pretty much focused on that. I mean, over here we have Betharian stones to collect, so we're definitely going to build a Betharian power plant here, if I can find it. It should have been on the list. Maybe I just didn't see it. Yeah, here it is. Go ahead and build that right there. So that's awesome. So Corellia is really an industrial planet for sure. The amount of energy that we can get is just off the chart. Do we have, yeah, we have an energy grid. So that means over here I can build another isotope refinery. Okay. And then here I could do something like a borehole, which would give me more minerals because we already have a ton of minerals, as well as the physics that's there. It does take the habitability down a little bit, but let's see, what is it now for humans? It's already at 100%. We're really not doing much damage to the planet. It's a Gaia world after all. Okay, so we'll do that. And over here, we have another thing that has both. Do we have anything like that? I don't think we do. It looks like at some point here, food might actually become an issue, so I'm going to go ahead and make one food complex here just to try to keep this planet sustaining itself, because we'll have two, essentially. And let's go ahead and build a pop. I need to build a robot here because I'll be using them there and there. And what is this? And here. So we'll build one there too. Okay, excellent. So we'll have it set up pretty nicely. All right, I'm pleased with that. I think Corellia is now on the path to completion. Let's go ahead and look at Alderaan. So this is the first world we got from before. I can't move it over. I wish I could. I like it better over there. So we have to kind of plan this out. So Alderaan is going to be a physics capital. It has a physics output +5. So there's actually some pretty cool stuff that we can build down here. But I think we need a planetary capital for these. Yeah. Okay. So this one has like energy and physics research adjacency effects, so we'd want to do that here and then get some physics research going. And then like this one does mineral and engineering, so maybe on Duro we can put that over there and get some engineering going. We also need a sociological campus. Okay, so if we say that this right here is going to be our physics row, all 5 of these tiles, then I want to make the rest of these society. So we'll go ahead and start now. with a sociological campus. Where is it? Here it is. Do that there, and we'll put one here. And I think that this will be nice and balanced for what we're trying to do. We'll also put in a gene clinic. Yeah, definitely do that. We'll put in a gene clinic there. And then up here, since I have it as it's a frontier world, it's one of our most important. We still have to have a pretty strong military presence, so we'll do a planetary shield generator. And this guy, will move him down here. And right there, we're going to build a stronghold, because that'll also help us keep the planet from being bombarded from orbit. Okay, and there's some minerals here, which, you know, I would definitely not just like to throw away, but I think in this case, getting that research is more important. So we'll get another one of those sociological campuses. Actually, you know, we can have 2 strongholds, which I believe helps our defense army even more. And like I said, this is, as far as the Western Expanse goes, they get past Alderaan, they're into our systems. So we need Alderaan to be as strong as possible. I think that's the way to go. And since these are going to be physics, we might as well start building them now, because there's no special physics bonuses that we're going to get on the tiles themselves. So we'll do that. And we'll build these, because I have to wait until we get the planetary capital for the rest. Alright, so we're putting these people in places where I am going to be building buildings. Okay. Actually, sociological campus there, but that'll come in first. Alright, so this is good so far. And for these, I could... No. Maybe for this, but I think that it's best to have people here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I've taken care of that, and Duro is currently going through its colonization. So that's good. So we've done a lot in this episode. We've gone ahead and we've expanded. We're kind of filling in the holes now of the Empire. And we have much less piracy risk. I mean, we're going to get attacked probably on the outskirts here. Well, let's take a look at the Yobosa system, which I think, hey guys, it's a swamp world. It's a 24 swamp world. I know what you're thinking. We'll just call it Dagobah. We won't even mess with it. And Dagobah 3, we'll consider the swamp world Dagobah 3, because that's fine too. I think that's a perfect name for it. So what did we just get? Physics research. We got the Cortazine plant. Awesome. So now we can do the next one. Let's do... let's go ahead and get a plasma thrower, just because I think that looks cool. 13 months on that. And over here, we just researched the building build speed, which I said is going to be really important. Now we can get this ship hull points ourselves. We can find some Garthium mining. I think we'll do that. That's only 9 months on that. How are we doing on influence? 121. I think we can expand again. So let's go ahead. Escape trajectory. Scanning the ship, the RN Hope crew came across something devastating. The ship was more of an escape pod on escape trajectory from their home planet, which, according to what was left the crew can read, was a dying planet. Disaster that occurred on their home planet must have been extremely devastating, as whoever launched it missed its target. That's horrible. Curious. Okay, so we have an anomaly. We'll research that. We also have somebody leveled up. Hey, the Klingon Empire's opened their borders to us. Somehow they like us, which seems strange. Alright, let's go ahead over here and build a starbase. And we'll build a starbase here. Toad asteroid, and we have a new faction. They are the Galactic Emancipation Committee, and they're led by Governor Val. How dare he? Alright, let's go ahead and build this outpost. There's a Iota alien here, which is interesting. I want to investigate that. It's only going to take a month, but I want to see who they are. Maybe we'll find a new empire, and we'll know what's going on in our south. I'm a little concerned about that. Yeah, these are placid. Oh, they're the Tikanaki. Okay. And we can't kill them, apparently, which is unfortunate. Okay, guys, so here we are. I think this is a perfect place for us to stop for the week, and here we have our Senate vote. The Klingon Empire's representative has come before us, and they say the galaxy represents enough threats without having to worry about a war between the Galactic Republic and the Klingon Empire. We suggest entering into a non-aggression pact to mutually secure peace. Before we do that, I just want you guys to know that the Klingon Empire is inferior to us. Their fleet power is equivalent, so keep that in mind. Our fleet is as mighty as we think it is. They can match us. We could just build more And we're capped on minerals too, so we definitely could build more. They are receptive, they actually like us. And despite them being inferior to us in naval capacity, their technology is slightly inferior as well. So ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, I ask you, shall we have a non-aggression pact with the Klingon Empire and continue to expand without any risks, as everyone around us has pretty much shown no hostility at this point? Or shall we say no, and perhaps even look at them as a conquest target to expand the ideas of democracy and freedom? Let me know in the comments. I am very interested to see how this plays out. Okay, and one last thing, we got the handle system, so I'm going to have this guy come up here and fill that in as soon as we have the influence, so that we've completely closed up our empire. I'll be pretty happy about that. Alright, so let me know, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Captain Katarn. This is Intrepid Dawn. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, share this with a friend. I think it's kind of fun, and I hope we can get more people to join in on the playthrough. Thank you so much to all the Patreons and YouTube sponsors that have made this possible, and I will see you in the verse. Thanks for watching.